She could not love him.
I'm in hopes that she does.
Why?
Because it would spare your majesty all fear of future annoyance. If she loves her husband, then she does not love your majesty. And if she does not love your majesty, why should she interfere with your majesty's marriage?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I believe.
I am Mr. Holmes.
My mistress told me you were likely to call. She left this morning with her husband by the 5:15 train from Charing Cross for the continent.
She has left England.
Never to return, sir.
All is lost. Wir sind gerettet. This is not it. Holmes. Do you hear me, man? The letter.
It is addressed to me. My dear Mr. Sherlock Holmes, you did it very well. You took me in completely until after the alarm of fire, I had not a suspicion. But then, when I found that I had betrayed myself, it flashed into my mind that I had been warned against you months ago. I had been told that if the king employed an agent, it would certainly be you. Yet, with all this, you made me reveal what you wanted to know. Even before, when the presence of so many people in the street had sounded an alarm in my instinct, I could not think evil of such a dear, kind old clergyman.
But you know, I have been trained as an actress myself, and male costume is nothing new to me. Yes, it was I who followed you to your door, just to make sure that you really were the celebrated Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It was I who rather imprudently wished you good night. Then I started for the temple to see my new husband. We had married in secret in case we needed to leave the country to elude the king. Your appearance on the scene was the signal for flight. You are too formidable an antagonist. You will find the nest empty when you call tomorrow. As to the photograph, your client may rest in peace. I love and am loved by a better man than he.
The king may...
The king may do what he will without hindrance from one whom he has cruelly wronged. I kept it only to safeguard myself and to preserve a weapon which will always secure me from any steps he may take.
There is more. I leave another photograph which he might care to possess. And I remain, dear Mr. Sherlock Holmes, very truly yours, Irene Norton, née Adler.
What a woman. What a queen she would have made. Is it not a pity she was not on my level?
From what I have seen of the lady, yes, indeed, she is on a very different level to your majesty. I am only so sorry that I have failed in my commission.
On the contrary, my dear sir, nothing could be more successful. I know that her word is inviolate. The photograph is now as safe as if it were in the fire.
I am glad that your majesty thinks so.
I am immensely indebted to you. Pray, tell me in what way I can reward you. This ring.
Your Majesty has something which I should value even more highly.
You have but to name it.
This.
Irene's photograph. Certainly, if you wish it.
Then I have the honor to wish Your Majesty a very good morning.
And that was how a great scandal threatened the kingdom of Bohemia, and how the best plans of Mr. Sherlock Holmes were beaten by a woman's wit. He used to sneer much at the cleverness of women, but I have not heard him do it of late. And when he speaks of Irene Adler, or when he refers to that woman, it is always under the honorable title of the woman. In his eyes, she eclipses the whole of her sex. It was not that he ever betrayed any sign of love for Irene Adler. All emotions such as that one are abhorrent to his cold, precise mind. He only looks on women pathologically, as the source of motives, clues. And yet, he keeps her photograph apart, locked up. There is but one woman to him, the beautiful Irene Adler of dubious and questionable memory.